Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. We have breaking news out of Uvalde, Texas. Apparently, there's been a school shooting. 14 students, one teacher dead, although I have my questions about this. So YouTube, don't take down this video. This is not a false flag video or a video calling this a false flag, but I do have some questions here. Number one, I want to know, where was security in all this? Because the story goes that this guy got mad at his grandmother or something, family members shot him, killed him, went to the school. So something's not right from the get-go here. Now, maybe this guy has some mental problems, I don't know. But I'm going to go to KXAN. Apparently he's dead, by the way. They don't know if he shot himself, did himself in, or if the authorities shot and killed him. So KXAN, and this is a developing story here. I was working on a video earlier here for YouTube, so I didn't see this till now. This comes from the Associated Press, once again KXAN, which I believe is out of Austin. 14 children, 16 total dead in elementary school shooting, Texas governor says. Uvalde, Texas, 14 students and a teacher were killed during a shooting at a Texas elementary school Tuesday afternoon, according to Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Speaking in Abilene, Abbott said the shooter, who identified as 18-year-old Salvador Ramos from Uvalde, is dead. Oh, we got a problem here. Because people are going to think this is a white supremacist that did this, right? Turns out it's Salvador Ramos who did this. I mean, the perp can be anybody. Don't get me wrong here. Crime knows no color. What happened in Uvalde is a horrific tragedy that cannot be tolerated in the state of Texas, Abbott said during a brief news conference Tuesday afternoon. Pardon me. Doing this on the fly here. The chief of police for the school district said they believe the shooter acted alone. So you mean to tell me that you have one shooter, guns a-blazing, able to shoot his grandmother, whoever it was in his family, kill him, and he drives just randomly to this elementary school and shoots everybody up in this elementary school? Something doesn't add up here. And guess what they're comparing this to, folks? Sandy Hook. And as it turns out with Sandy Hook, and you can check this if you don't believe me, one of the people posing it, one of the people who was supposed to be an FBI agent, actually posed as a grieving father in that tragedy. Who went on TV. This is during the Obama years? I forget the name of the couple that was on TV. The grieving mother and father. Well, it turns out he had played the role of an FBI agent or one of these SWAT team members during Sandy Hook. And later come to find out, it turns out he's an actor from Hollywood. So maybe I have my doubts about this. If it happened, it happened. Let's get to the bottom of this. Abbott said the Uvalde CISD Police Department is the primary investigating agency, but offered investigative and patrol assistance from state resources. Abbott said investigators will look into what specific weapons were used and the legal authority the shooter had to possess those weapons. The Texas Department of Public Safety is also involved, according to the chief of police. It is believed the shooter entered the elementary school with a handgun and possibly a rifle. So once again, nobody was there that could intercept the shooter. No schools. Now, somebody here, I was just watching Fox News, a reporter on Fox News, mentioned that in high schools and middle schools in Texas, you do have security guards. You have a police presence on these campuses. Well, why aren't these available at elementary schools? And isn't Texas a pro-Second Amendment state? So it goes on to say here, the Texas Department of Public Safety is also involved, according to the chief of police. Maybe I just went through, like I said, I'm doing this one take, guys, so just bear with me. Though details surrounding a possible rifle are unconfirmed, Abbott added reporting saying that the shooter had shot his grandmother before entering the school, but he said he had no additional information related to this. At least 13 children were taken to the hospital, according to a Facebook post from Ulvade Memorial Hospital. At least 2 hospitals are treating patients Tuesday after the shooter prompted a lockdown at Robb Elementary School in Ulvade. Never heard of it. Quote, when parents drop their kids off at school, they have expectations to know that they're going to be able to pick their child up when that school day ends, Abbott said. Previously, the Ulvade Police Department said the shooter was in custody. Okay, well, wait a minute now. So the shooter was in custody, but he killed himself. Or he was shot by police. Which is it? Can we get the story straight for once? Every mass shooting, they do this. They can't get their story straight. Are we going to hear 10 or 20 different versions of what happened? And again, I go back to the question, why wasn't somebody there with a handgun or some type of weapon to intercept this suspect? Whoever he was, white, black, Hispanic, black, doesn't matter to me. Get to the bottom of this, Governor Abbott. Get to the bottom of this, you people in Texas. Authorities, you have the resources. Do it. So once again, this is at KXAN, 14 children, 16 total dead in elementary school shooting, Texas governor says. And I'm not trying to be a conspiracist here. But don't you think it's a little odd that we have all these mass shootings? I don't recall that many, not to bring politics in this, but I don't recall that many mass shootings during the Trump years, do you? There was only one person shot, by the way, on January 6th. Because I know this is all going to lead back to January 6th. It might even have a connection to George Floyd. I don't know. Maybe the Confederacy. Because this happened in Texas. Was Salvador Ramos, was he a right-winger? What were his politics at 18 years old? They're going to scour, of course, his media accounts. By the way, YouTube, I've got nothing to hide here. What you see is what you get on the channel. You can research all the stuff that I've put out here on YouTube if you want. But I thought I'd come here talk about this, tell you what I think about it. I could be right, I could be wrong. Again, this is not a false flag video. This is just me asking some legitimate questions. The number one question that needs to be asked, why wasn't somebody there who could intercept this shooter when he started going on his shooting rampage? Y'all never seem to answer that question, do you? You have all these resources and you can't get to the number one question or answer the number one question that should be asked and answered. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll keep you updated on what's going on with this story. It is a cultural moment. Why do we have an 18-year-old out there shooting up people? Shouldn't he be working on a piece of music or a piece of art or maybe, getting involved in journalism or doing something positive with his life? Going to community college? And if it comes out that this suspect was known to police and he was a juvenile delinquent, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to raise hell with all of you people in Texas, all you authorities all over the country who are too stupid to track these people. You are hired to do a job to protect the public. Do your job and protect the public. Am I being harsh here? Or I'm just being real. I'm just trying to be real with the audience here. As I said, ask the legitimate questions. We should never have somebody going into an elementary school, a middle school, a high school, shooting up the campus. And instantly they go back to Sandy Hook. And there are a lot of questions about Sandy Hook too. So I'm just throwing that out here today. Hope you enjoyed the video. You know what to do. You can also follow me at hashtag Jason Composes on Instagram, or find my thread on Twitter, Cultural Confederacy at Twitter. Cultural Confederacy saying peace out, stay safe, everybody. God bless this great country. Our thoughts and prayers do go out to those who are affected by this shooting in Texas, and I'll keep updated as this story unfolds. Have a good day, everybody.